What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Cocos Critiques. I'm Coleman, and I am here once again. Again, not on the Cocos Create set for the summer. This might not be the permanent place that I film Cocos Critiques. I don't know, I'm kind of scouting out a few options here, seeing what's good. But for now, we'll be filmed here. This is where you'll get all of your movie critic interests. Excuse that yawn. So, yes, Cocos Critiques. For this week, I wanted to review a film series. I'd been thinking about it for a while. There's a lot of really good, bits and parts in it. So, what better series to review than something that I watched as a child? I'm sure plenty of you watched. I also read as a child, and I'm not talking Harry Potter or Percy Jackson or other books that were turned into Narnia, etc., etc. No. Today's Cocos Critiques is on the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. So, of course, there are three canon movies, we'll say, and then there's the other one. So you got Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Bam. Classic, staple, sets you up. You got Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Roger Rules. Bop, adds a little bit more into the franchise, keeps it going. You got Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Dog Days. Not bad, ends it off. And then they ruin it with Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul. I can't remember if it's supposed to be a prequel and that's why they're all different, or I don't think it is. I think it's just everybody got so old because it took them 6 years to make this movie. So everybody's too old to do Diary of a Wimpy Kid that was on the original cast, and so they completely recast it. Terrible idea. This spawned the hashtag Not My Roderick movement. People were very upset about him. It's bad. But we'll get to that in more detail in a moment. For now, let's talk about them in order. So Diary of a Wimpy Kid, great movie, it sets you up, you meet the Heffleys, you get to see kind of their dynamic, Greg's crazy thoughts about, how he has to be on top and he's number one, and how he learns to kind of realize that maybe he's not. Maybe sometimes he needs to rely on his friend Rowley. Of course, this has the famous breakup scene between him and Rowley, where they're talking, and Greg is like, "Hey Rowley, you can come over to my house tonight," and Rowley's like, "All I ever got from you was a broken hand." And he says, "That broken hand is the best thing that ever happened to you." And then he says, "Don't come by my house. Don't call me. We're done." And then he walks away, and it's very sad. But of course, Greg returns, saves the day. And so yeah, this one's really a battle with one's own narcissism and belief that they are the supreme, when in reality, a lot of it comes down to your group. You gotta be there for your people. And that's what this show's all about, or this film. It's all about, showing that friendship and showing how important it is to make your way through the chaotic world of middle school. It's not about being popular. It's about, making friends. And then we move on to Roderick Rules. Roderick Rules, I believe it's widely regarded as the best in the series, which is no understatement. I agree. Roderick Rules is this great little thing. It's a great movie, and it's got so many good parts. Of course, this film relies on Greg's relationship with his brother and how tumultuous it is. And it starts out, they're getting bullied. Mom Bucks comes into play. Roderick bullies him even more. Gets paid for it. It's like a kind of trick thing, He makes Mom think that they're friends, but not really. And then they actually become friends. They unite at the infamous party scene And they work together to make that party great. Rowley starts a conga line, all sorts of things are happening there. And then Greg spills the beans, but he makes his mom not tell Roderick because that would be bad news bears for them and their relationship. They just started becoming actual friends, so, it would really mess things up. And so luckily enough, the mom decides not to tell them. Later, of course, it is revealed, that's a big thing, and they get back into a tussle, and that results in Greg running naked throughout a retirement home, ending up in the women's bathroom, running around, trying to save his diary of a wimpy kid, and also saving the VHS tape. There's so much, This also introduces Holly. So it's not just about Greg's relationship with Roderick, which, tumultuous, like I said. But also, romantic interest is added in this movie. The first one, there wasn't really any romantic interest. It's kind of hinted at with Rowley, but, there's nothing really pushed there. But when Holly comes into play, that's a big aspect of this. So, there's a lot of elements that this film added. Its pacing is much better than the first one. It's, like, bam, 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 a lot of action. I'm spending a lot of time talking about Roderick Rules because I really do think that this was the best in the series. I mean, without a doubt, it's so good. Now, then we go to Dog Days. Dog Days, it's really nothing special compared to Roderick Rules. And, the first one's already been done, so you can't give that credit. But it does cap off the series nicely with, a lot of great bits. You change the scenery. You get that added in there. Excuse me. You get that new scenery added in there because they are at the country club for most of it, as well as, I believe they're at an amusement park for part of it. There's a lot of stuff happening in Dog Days. But yeah, so, that's all going on, and there, there's some great bits in there. Of course, the swimming pool scene where he has to dive off, and, the little kid's like, "Do it, coward," or whatever, and he does it, and then I believe his shorts rip off, if I'm remembering correctly. Classic. And then, my favorite bit for maybe the whole series, but my favorite bit is when he goes, he's playing tennis with Holly, and she hits it and she scores a point, and she goes, 15 love, and he goes, "What did she just call me?" And then they score another one, and they go, 30 love, and he says, "Whatever you say, love." And, that's a really funny bit to me. I think that's funny. And then, of course, they tear it all to shreds with Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul. The casting was all everywhere. The writing was just not there. I actually did not check if it was the original writing team, but man, oh man, it's a bad movie. The other ones are kind of cheesy in a good way. This one's just cheesy. You got a lot of really bad parts in there. I believe there is like a slow motion vomit scene, which, the others they have a higher standard than that. And I'm just not a big fan of how they went about that. They should have, kept striking while the iron was hot, or just left it. They had it, Dog Days was a great way to end everything. You got the 3 champion books of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. It makes a great trilogy, and then they just ruin it like that. So, overall, I'm gonna have to give the series, I'm gonna have to give it a 6.8, I think. The originals are great. They are kind of cheesy. They're not necessarily great movies, but they're very enjoyable to watch. And then, you get that last one. It tanks the score. It really does just tank the score a lot. Long Haul was just a mistake. And it should have never happened. So there you go. My thoughts on the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. Let me know your thoughts below if you got any comments on that. If you're like, Long Haul is just a misunderstood child, you can try to convince me, but you probably won't. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to drop that like. If you didn't like this video, it's okay to drop that dislike. Let me know what you didn't like about it. If you're like, I don't even know what you wouldn't like about this. If you're like, Coleman, I missed the set. I'm working on it, okay? Then let me know so I can make these videos better for you. If you want to see more of my content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified of whatever I post, whatever it is, be the first one to hear about it, all that good stuff, make sure you ring that little dinger bell. Bong! Just like that. And YouTube will send you a post of whatever I post, whatever it is, you'll be the first to hear about it. So make sure you check out that. And in the description, you'll find links to the Cocos Create Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, where all sorts of memes and little video updates and stuff like that are going. So you can check there for all the Cocos Create news. And I think that's all I say. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!